Light, you're live. Live.
Oh,
Go.
Happy Monday, guys. So, a couple of announcements now, and I'll probably repeat it again later. October 25th and 26th, I get to share the floor with some great martial artists. Master Tatum's doing a seminar for Steve Arsenal up in Mansfield, Massachusetts. I had to write that out. I keep saying Maine. It's Massachusetts. October 25th and 26th. Sign up now, get your registration in. We're going to do the big Kenpo seminar. I think it's going to be held in the hotel. And there might even be one of my guys coming with me to finish his test for third-degree black belt. Is that the rumor?
That was a rumor.
That's the rumor.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so also, if you haven't subscribed yet to the YouTube channel, go to 26 Moves Self-Defense Systems on YouTube. That's where I'm going to move all of my videos over, and I'd love to have you guys a part of it. So today what we chose, since Monday is going to be the only day I can go live, Wednesday I get to sing again. So today we're going to use it's kind of something okay. If you know me in the past, I have a tendency to be adamant about the things that I think I know. Okay? Which means, if I get it in my head that this is the way it's going to be done, that's the way it's done. Okay? And I'm always right. For me. Okay? Very rarely do I change my mind. Rarely. Sometimes I do, and I've done it. So I want to share with you one of those things. And you go back and forth. I mean, your journey through Kenpo should be just like, not just like mine, but you should probably have the same amount of fun to where you question things and you change things and you want to cut things out and then you realize you shouldn't do that and there's a reason for it. It's a fun journey. One of the things that we do when we practice a technique, now, for those of my martial arts brothers and sisters who are not Kenpo or haven't looked at Kenpo yet, we have what we call techniques, self-defense techniques. Some people call them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-step sparring. They're preset movements that Mr. Parker designed scientifically through the use of body mechanics to put a base for self-defense. There's a long way around it. And it's perpetuated by every great martial artist afterwards. So when we use delayed sword, we use 5 swords a lot because they're simple techniques. Delayed sword is caught against a grab. Grabs are easy to deal with, okay? You don't have to time the punch. So we teach them to lower ranks on how to move from there. But once we get a punch or any type of a moving attack, I have seen a lot of Kenpoists. Let's say, for instance, I'm going to do delayed sword against a punch, and I'm going to use the inward block instead of the grab. Same technique, just now it's against a punch, not a grab. So I set myself up like this, and I prep the block, and I'm waiting for the punch, and wham, and then I move and I practice the technique. I used to squawk at that and go, we're never in a fight going to be like this, waiting for that punch. So I made all of my people forever start their techniques like this. So when the punch comes, they learn to react and respond with quickness and effectiveness. Now, that's a cool idea, right? When do you ever start or an encounter like this? Have you thought about that? Because you do what I say. He's a good student. He does what his paper's black. He says so. That's what we're doing. So we start our techniques here. Somebody punches and attacks, and we learn to move from that position. Now that's good for drilling responses. But realistically speaking, this is a danger zone in self-defense. We know that. So if you're here, where are your hands? In a self-defense situation, right here.
Self-defense?
They're up. Yeah, and hey, I don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. I don't want to go to prison. You don't want to go to the hospital. Let's talk about this, right? So, I've re-looked at ready position. My question to you is, when you practice your techniques, let's say it's against a right front thrust kick, and you start your technique like this, waiting for the kick, or do you start feet together, you start hands out, right-left punch combination, they're going to throw right-left punch. So that's the punch, that's the punch. Do you start like this in anticipation of those punches, or do you start here, and when the punches come, you react and respond maybe that way? So that's my question for today. How do you set yourself up? It doesn't even matter, okay? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
I harp on this a lot. I used to harp on this a lot. Now I've changed my mind. I like this idea. I love it. I've been teaching it for a few years now because this kills me, okay? You watch, and let me just say this, people are mean, okay? People treat each other with disrespect, and it's rotten. The ability to see it live on the internet through people recording it just floors me. But it's a good training tool, okay? Not that I advocate recording fights or fighting, but you can watch them now and know that not a lot has changed. People are still mean to each other. But this kills me. Why do you let people in your face like this while they're starting to fight? You see it, right? And all of a sudden, bam, something gets hit. I don't know. I kind of think some people are too nice to say, excuse me, you need to move back a little bit. So that's the first thing I like to teach people in the self-defense class. Like you get a group of people for a self-defense class, not the Kenpo. And you tell them, learn to reacquire your space, right? So how do you do that? He's in your face, and maybe you sneeze on him. I don't know, he moved away, right? Maybe you eat a bunch of onions. Or you learn to say, excuse me, can I help you? This looks a lot different than, can I help you? Okay. No, what we're going to do. But it's still a ready position. Right? Anything that's thrown from this position, even a tackle or attempted tackle or punch, you've still got tools. Okay? What do you think, Mr. Volnico? Do you want to keep practicing with your hands down like this, or would you like to see a change in the dojo? Don't say it now, we'll talk later. No, I'm just kidding.
I see the value in having the hands down after 10 years of training beside you, but it makes a whole lot of sense to start from a ready position, because this gives us a natural barrier, natural little defense mechanism that's in place for us.
Okay, so I want to hear from you guys too. To clarify the question, it would be if you practice self-defense moves, ideas and thoughts in motion, okay? You take your students or your opponents and they throw an attack, whatever you want. Where do you start your ready position from? Do you start from here? Because I'll share that with you too, maybe I shouldn't, but I will. Or do you start from here? Or Kenpo people, if you know it's 5 swords, do you start from this position and wait for that opportunity? I want to know, okay? I want to know. And I want to know what you like best. Now, let's go back a little bit to my ready position. As a nice guy, I have a tendency to trust everybody. You've heard me say this, I live situation green, which means people get in my space all the time. I trust people to be good people, which affords me the missed opportunity of being taken advantage of. I'm sure there's a lot of you like that out there, okay? But I have a good recovery system, which means when I am encountered with certain types of stimulation, I can move to a point from position recognition. 43 years, that happens, okay? When I know there's an altercation and I go yellow or orange, if you don't know what that means, situation yellow, situation orange, a little more aware, right? Paying attention, something's gonna happen. I become, and I don't mean this in a derogatory manner, I become Italian, okay? And I talk with my hands. Not being stereotypical, it's just what I call it. So I talk with my hands, and I learn to, I'm very expressive, because if there's a punch from here, I don't gotta worry about what's going on. I can actually poke my eyes and actually, do things that way if I wanted to. So this is one of my ready positions. If I go to this, I'm no longer blocking. So I can't start a technique, okay, 5 swords from here, go ahead, bam, I'm not looking for blocks. Let me face the camera. From here, this is defensive posturing for me. If I'm here and I'm ready, there's no defense. I'm looking for targets and I'm gonna hit them, okay? All I need is that green light and foot goes to the floor. Does that make sense? So, answer the question for me. What I think we're probably gonna do is maintain the discipline of this. Maybe we teach them to put their hands up if it's an inevitable punch, depending on the rank, because most of the lower ranks of grabs, you don't have to worry about that right now. I do use baiting in a couple of techniques. Baiting is using your guard position to have them throw the strike you want. I'll have Mr. Voigt stand here, a little bit of an angle. There's a technique in the Kenpo system called deflecting hammer. Deflecting hammer is against a right front thrust kick. And what that means is he's going to step through this kick and he's going to kick me. Now, if he's a kicker, I don't want to let him kick me where he wants to kick me. Make sense? I've sparred with some really good Taekwondo people. If they land that kick, they're going to take your head off. You don't want to afford them that opportunity. So in Kenpo, what do? We bust the cup, keep your foot down. Sorry. So when I teach the technique, I teach them to bait. What that means is we put our guard up and then we draw the kick by leaving an opening. Okay, so facing the camera, with your guard up, there's really not a lot, the knees and stuff, but there's really no main openings. When you frame your rib cage and you draw the kick, that allows, successful, that was the technique, yes, that allows the technique to work. So we teach baiting, okay? Not a 100% guaranteed all the time they're gonna take that, but I'd rather, than have to chase his kick depending on where he wanted to kick. Got it? There's one that, a left punch, calls for a left punch. Most people will leave with their right punch. If I put my hand in front of the right punch and leave an opening here, the chances of getting that left punch are pretty good. So if I want the left punch, I bait, look what I did, from this guard position, I opened up this zone. So my guard is up and I drop it, and he gives me that left punch. Okay? Fun stuff. All right, so back to the question or the statement for tonight. Ready position. What's your favorite ready position? Do you practice it that way? And is it applicable across the board? Not just sparring, because of course, what do they tell you in sparring? About me, about each other, fighting stance. Did you ever get in trouble for doing this in a tournament? I used to all the time. Judge would say, about me, about each other, fighting stance, and I go like this. And they would tell me again, fighting stance. And you have to explain to them, I'm ready. Some of them would take it, they make you start here, then you have to start over. It's fun stuff. Did we cover it all?
I believe so.
Any questions, comments, statements?
Someone said this is awesome.
Cool. Good.
A lot of hellos.
Hello. What's that? Never mind. October 25th, 26th, come out and see us. Grandmaster Tatum may get to trek up there. I'm going to be up there. Steve will be there. I think gentleman from Canada.
Yeah.
Southwell might be up there, I think. So I don't know who's coming up, but it should be a pretty good seminar, really good seminar.
Pantano? Was this Pantano?
I don't know if Dave's going to be there or not. Dave, if he's around, he's usually out and about. He's good about that. So hopefully Dave, I think he lives up in that area. Okay. So Dave might be there. Bruce Wolf might be there, I think. Unless they're going to the gathering. I'm not sure. I'm so out of the loop. I'll be there. 26 Moves Self-Defense Systems, the YouTube channel. That's where I'm moving all these videos. If you like it, share it, subscribe for me. That'll help move it along. And you can go to 26moves.com too. At the end of this month, I think it's August 3rd actually, like 5 new videos will be posted to 26moves.com available for you guys. 5 new. We got the knife, we got the cane, we got the Tai Chi videos, we got the gun or weapons video on there that's going to be launched all at the same time at the end of this month. So 26moves.com for that stuff. Hey, I love you guys. She tells me I don't know how to say goodbye. Did you notice this morning I said goodbye like 8 times? This is number 2.
Again.
Right. So tune in. Don't tune in Wednesday, but definitely leave your comments. I love interaction. And yeah, should we say goodbye again?
Yes, sir. Let's do that.
I love you. Be good. Don't get caught. Thanks. Thank you, sir.